Hello, my name is Jack O'Leary. I'm head of advisory North America at Edge by Essential, and I'm here to present to you on global perimeter grocery shopping trends. We're really looking to focus on the perimeter of grocery stores and places where groceries are sold. So not the center store, but the departments, categories, and service areas present in the kind of outside spaces inside grocery stores. So the first thing to evaluate when looking at grocery store trends is the effect of e-commerce on grocery stores. We predict at Edge by Essential that edible grocery online is going to grow at a 9.7% CAGR from 2022 to 2027. Compare that to a store-based CAGR of 3.5%. And we can see that e-commerce and the selling of groceries on online channels is tremendously disrupting grocery selling around the world. Now, the categories that this most affects are those that are most readily sold via e-commerce order methods here. Those would be shelf-stable products, products that consumers don't need to touch and interact with in many cases. And that is namely the center store in many cases here. And what that means is the center store is being somewhat hollowed out by e-commerce order trends, and the perimeter of the store that contains generally those categories and services that can't be easily replicated or sold online is gaining new prominence and focus for retailers around the world. Now, we at Edge by Essential have been able to quantify this to some extent. We go out and we've taken anecdotes from retail leadership teams and various store opening plans, and we believe that in most Western markets, big box grocery stores are going to shift their space allocation in certain ways as we move towards the future. We see center store and checkout spaces decreasing their allocation to the future. We believe center stores may be 30% smaller in the next 5 to 10 years here. Checkout as well being de-emphasized. Areas of increased emphasis is, of course, we're seeing more fulfillment-oriented spaces. As stores are increasingly used to help fulfill e-commerce orders, we're seeing more space allocated to that logistics need state. But additionally, we're seeing service offerings, so various non-retail services are getting more square footage in future stores. And then finally, the focus of this presentation, the perimeter and experiential spaces of stores, we could see increasing by as much as 15% in terms of square footage as we look towards the next 5 years and beyond here. And that is because that trend I expressed earlier is being recognized by the retailers, and they're designing their stores accordingly. So when we look at that perimeter space of store, what are the thematic trends we're seeing in terms of retailer actions and activities? Well, first is using technology to enhance the perimeter shopping experience. In Australia, we're seeing Coles, a grocer in that market, looking to drive efficiencies and speed of service through actually artificial intelligence powered produce weighting systems. So it both recognizes the type of produce, weighs it, and provides a label for the consumer, all in one seamless, digitally integrated system, basically for shoppers. Checkout spaces and the shopping experience and speed of shopping is being transformed. When we look to Europe, Rewe is opening actually a large square footage store that is fully autonomous. So the shopper will be able to enter the store, select their items, and just walk out. No queuing at checkout. So the reason this pertains to perimeters of stores is those categories have traditionally been the hardest to enable for checkout-less solutions. The products in some cases are unpackaged, oftentimes have to be weighed. And so the technology has come along far enough for us to have systems in stores to automatically tabulate shoppers' baskets, whether they're in the center store or in the perimeter as well. And all of this makes the experience more seamless and digitally integrated for consumers. Another trend we're seeing is more grab-and-go meal solutions. Consumers are looking for speedy, eat-at-home solutions, meals that are easy to prepare and put together. Mercadona, for example, in Spain is launching new self-service areas, bigger ready-to-eat areas in select stores. The intention is to expand this to their entire store network. In the Netherlands, for example, we've got Albert Heijn launching new store concept focused on fresh meals. Center store space is being taken away to some extent, being minimized, and it's being allocated to fresh food merchandising, including sliced vegetables. And this is for quick and easy meal construction for time crunch consumers. So these perimeter-like merchandising solutions are gaining greater expansion in stores. And then finally, we're seeing more kind of experiential merchandising that really speaks to consumers and their demand areas. consumer preferences for health, wellness, environmentalism, all being really demonstrated by retailers and how they design their stores, particularly the perimeter stores. Ahold Delhaize has a new Stop and Shop location located in Massachusetts in the United States that has a section entirely focused on community health and well-being. There's a variety of solutions, Guiding Star nutritional information that guides consumers to the best products for them and their need states, health assessment kiosks, major displays really oriented around health and wellness demand areas. In the UK, Morrisons is actually building a store from scratch pretty much, all oriented around zero waste and sustainability. Everything from rainwater capture to the product assortment available in these locations is sustainable oriented here. And certainly the perimeter of this store is really expressing that sustainability oriented positioning. So to summarize here, 3 key themes we're seeing affecting the perimeter of grocery stores as we move towards the future. Technology is enhancing the shoppability of the perimeter space and the categories there. We're also seeing an increase in convenience-oriented solutions like grab-and-go meals for time-crunch consumers. And then finally, increased merchandising and immersive messaging around things like sustainability or health and wellness, really tapping into new consumer demand areas and looking to serve those. But with that, that's our viewpoint on the perimeter of the grocery store. Thanks for your time.